Hey everybody, welcome back to Women Carry Knives. On the table in front of me is the Spyderco Silverax. Let's go ahead and start off with some specs on this. The overall length, this is a great knife by the way. The overall length on this knife is 8 inches, which is a really good size in my opinion. The closed length is 4 3/4 inches, which you can see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, just about almost 5, so 4 3/4 inches. Your blade length itself is 3, almost 3.5 inches. So you're 3.48, which is incredibly good. I do absolutely love that. You have a S30V steel on here. It is ambidextrous pocket clip. So you are right or left-handed, which I love that. I love the fact that a lot of these knives come ambidextrous because some people are right-handed. There are a few out there that love their knives that are left-handed and they're not able to carry a lot of them. But this one you will be able to carry, which is awesome. You have a carbon fiber G10 laminate scales, which is absolutely awesome. It has just a beautiful look to it. It has a little bit of texture to it, which can really, really make it, you know, feel so much better in hand. You really don't feel like you're going to lose that grip on it, which I love. Back to the blade, you have a full flat grind on this. It's absolutely gorgeous. Of course, you have your signature Spidey hole, and this is a compression lock, which you can see here. This knife is actually on loan to us, so that we can review it. I cannot Spidey flick it right now with the hole because, well, I just had my nails painted. Woo, girl problems. All right, you guys, it is a tip-up carry. Now, if you didn't know, this is a Paul Alexander design. It's actually the first factory-made folding knife where they had the Spyderco compression lock mechanism and also the flipper style opener, which I think is really cool. This is a really nice knife. It is size-wise. Let's see, let's go ahead and use our comparison here. We have got the, oh, there's another one I don't want to do right now. Flip-wise. We compare it here to the Rat 1. Not, you know, you're basically talking the same size. If we do our Rat 2, which is much, much smaller, you know, you can really see the difference in that. So you're really talking more of a Rat 2 size model, which I know I've always said that, you know, I really prefer smaller knives or medium knives. Normally, lengthwise, I would consider this, you know, for 8 inches, I would consider it pretty much a large knife. So I'm also usually not a fan of ergonomics that are built into the actual scales. The reason being is I don't usually like a knife that's going to tell me where I have to put my hand. And when you have a knife like this, you know, it's basically telling you that this is where your hand has to be. But for some reason, just the ergonomics on this thing, you know, you can hold it back a little bit, which you're probably not going to be as likely to do, but you can hold it forward and it's actually very, very comfortable in hand. I really like it. The clip is not anything that's really bothersome. You know, you're not really, I don't really feel it, but being that I have smaller hands, that might be a smaller hand type thing. It is only 3.5 ounces, so this is a very light knife, well, medium weight knife. But for its size, you would think it would be heavier. It's really not. It's a wonderful, wonderful knife. I have only had it for a day, but so far, for what I've used it for, I mean, it's been a great knife. It feels really good in hand. It feels really sturdy. Again, even though the ergonomics of it are telling me that this is how I have to hold it, you know, I find knives like this and I think, oh, you know, I'm not really sure because I don't like this or that. I really do think that this is a good handle design. I do like that. You don't feel like you're going to slip, being that the way that it is rounded here. You know, you don't feel like you're going to slip. There is no jimping. You guys know I'm a big fan of the jimping. But again, it feels good. I really don't feel like I need it. Your cutting edge, you really don't, because of the way it's angled, I don't feel like you really have to, you know, put your hand up. You can just come across it like this. Just an all-around great knife. The pocket clip is, you know, we talk about this too. It is a deep carry pocket clip. However, it is not set as a deep carry. So we will pull out our beautiful, oh, by the way, this is my beautiful Shadowborn Hanks from JD Shadow. Absolutely gorgeous. I love these koi fish on here. Let's go ahead and use this for a depth example on the clip. And when you see it, that's a good tight clip on there. You know, so if you're looking at this, you're looking at, you know, wow, it's about probably a little over ½ an inch that's going to be sticking out of your pocket. Again, it's harder with women's jeans, harder with women's pockets that they're not deep by any means. You know, I think I've said it before. I think I have 1 or 2 pairs that I can actually fit a knife in because the pockets are deep, the rest are not. So it is something that has to sit almost diagonally or sideways in my pocket. I think maybe due to the width of this, it really doesn't feel bad, you know, in the pocket. I mean, it feels pretty good. And your closed width is going to be, you know, about 1.25 inches. That's about 1.25 inches total. But it fits super comfortably in pocket, and that I am really impressed with. I do love the compression lock on this. I think it's really cool. Now, I know a lot of people have had issues with the compression locks because when you are opening it and closing it and you go to close it, you know, your flipper tab, if you can see that, it comes right up by your finger. So unless you get low enough, that flipper tab is going to hit it when you're closing. This is a fantastic knife. If you guys have a chance to check it out, you know, it is an older model, but it's worth it. It's definitely worth it. Now, I know that on Blade HQ, they carry these for $165, a little over $165. Check it out. For those of you that don't have knife stores, you know, if you know somebody that has one or whatever, I always say, you know, knives are something that until you actually get one in hand, you really don't know whether you're going to like it or not. Now, when I saw this, we actually borrowed this. So this is courtesy of Brian Lai. He let us borrow this to check it out and review it. When I first saw this, I thought there's absolutely no way. I don't like it. I don't like it because, again, it's going to tell me where I have to hold it, and I don't like that. But once you get it in your hand, you know, it's a whole different story. A knife that you think you don't like, until you get in your hand, you say, wow, you know, that is something that I would really love to have. And this is one of those. And I've had this with a few of them. Maybe I think it's going to be too heavy, or I think it's going to be too big. But, you know, the Spyderco Amalgam was actually a good one for me. I really didn't really want anything to do with it. I thought, oh, it's too big. It's got a compression lock. I'm not going to like it. And then it was put in my hand. And that was it. And I just fell in love with it. I loved it. Yes, it's big, but it is a fabulous knife. All right, you guys, I am rambling on. So again, going over this, you are going to get an absolutely awesome knife with the Silverax. Again, your overall length, 8 inches. Closed length is 4.64, so you're a little over 5. Your total blade length is just about 3.5 inches. You've got a beautiful carbon fiber G10 laminate scales on these with a tip up ambidextrous pocket clip. You have a full flat grind on this. Absolutely gorgeous knife. Feels great in pocket. Love the compression lock. This is a great knife. I highly suggest it. Thank you so much, you guys, for joining me. We're coming up on the holiday season here, so if you do celebrate any holiday out there, I just want to say happy holidays to you. If you're not a subscriber, I'd love to have you guys full time. Leave any comments or questions you have down in the comment area. Love talking to you. Some of you actually have regular comments, and I love that, and I love having the opportunity to speak to you about things. Thank you so much for joining me, and until next time, we'll see you.